Hello everybody, Happy Canuck Reviews back at you with another video, and today we have a Humanitarian Daily Ration. I'm not sure what one this one is. The only thing I do know is if you look on the bottom, it has a production date of, is it going to focus in there? The 137th day of 2021. Outside that, I'm totally in the dark on what exactly this one is. So, anyway, let's crack in, see what's in here. And it comes double packed. You can see there's nothing else in there. Looks like we got bean salad and beans with potatoes. Okay. So as you can see there, that's the bean salad. That's the beans with potatoes. A strawberry jam and some nice reflective packaging. An oatmeal cookie. Sunflower butter. Some crackers. A banana apple smoothie. What appears to be the accessory packet, which has pepper, salt, and a fresh snap. Another strawberry jam. And the spoon. All right, we'll get that sorted out, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, and we're back. So, let's get this all open. Ooh, a little bit broken, but it's still held together. Pretty good. And can you ever smell the spice coming off of that? It smells delicious. All right, and these beautifully reflective crackers. You know what? I'd say those held together pretty well. They may not be whole, but they're not powder either. All right. I'm very curious what this banana apple smoothie is going to be like. Because I wonder if it's going to be thicker like an applesauce or if it's going to be thinner like a baby food. Can't really tell by squeezing it. I'm just going to pour it all in here so I don't make a mess. Well, they certainly do not shortchange you on that. It kind of looks like a thin peanut butter. It's quite thick. All right, I'm just going to move these and then that over there. I did not heat up the bean salad. It just sounded like it'd be better cold. I'm going to try putting some of it there, but if I can't get it all in that one spot, I'm going to put it in there too. Looks pretty good. Does it ever smell like vinegar, though? And there we go. I managed to get it all in there. One little tower of it, I would guess. And we'll knead up this sunflower butter. Do they ever give you a big portion of it? Full 2 ounces. 370 calories in just this one little tube. Not much sugar either, only 6 grams. Ooh, let's get that spread out a bit. I did mix that there, but it still seems a bit wet to say the least. All right, we'll do some of the strawberry jam on there as well. Now for this nice hot beans with potatoes. And it looks very similar to the other one. It smells similar too, but it's certainly nowhere near as vinegary. Alrighty, let's try out this beans and potatoes. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see the potatoes. Little tiny cubes of them. Wow, that is really good. It is sweet, a bit smoky, no vinegar taste to it at all. The only thing to note with these beans is they're quite tough still. The potatoes, they're also quite, I don't want to say tough on the potatoes, they're meaty. That's not the right word to use. They have a bite to them, I guess. They're not tough, but genuinely the texture I can think of most that they made me think of was actually a piece of meat. Very strange. I've never had a potato like that before. Wow. Is this a beans and potato dish just ever good? That's what one of the potatoes looks like with no sauce on it. And the closest thing I could think of is I see there's vegetable protein in here, or soy protein, TVP. It's very possible that maybe they cut the potatoes with it. I'm not quite certain. That's exactly what it is there's cubes of that in there. Because that little potato that I just bit into did not have the same texture whatsoever. It just felt like a normal potato. All right, let's try out this sunflower butter. Now, that is really good. It's sweet and it's creamy, but it's not too sweet. I'm a big fan of sunflower seed butter. I ate it a lot growing up, just where there was peanut allergies in my family. And the strawberry jam, it's great too. It's just standard US MRE jam. All right, I'm very curious to give this a try. It is very thick. Not really sure what this reminds me of. Very sweet, and it's very... You can taste the cinnamon. It's one of the first things I taste in there. Cinnamon, immediately followed up by banana, and just a little bit of apple. If you weren't able to eat any solid foods or anything, this would be a great alternative, or say for a baby or something like that, when you think about where these are, being distributed to. I will say the one thing I've noticed between that and that, neither of the flavors are very overwhelming. They're not bland whatsoever. They're tasty, but they're very inoffensive, and I think just about everybody would like it. Which is, again, really it serves the purpose of, where that's being dropped to. It's being dropped in, like, war zones or in places of famine and things like that. You need to cater to as many diets as possible, which explains, the lack of any meat in here. Everything's, beans and vegetable protein, or in that case, fruit. All right, let's give this bean salad a try. Yeah, very similar looking to the other bean dish. Yeah, it's almost identical. No potatoes in it. It's still a bit sweet. You can taste the vinegar in it more, obviously. I got almost no vinegar from that, but that is very strong on the vinegar. There seems to be a little bit more sauce to it. And also, seems to be different types of beans in here as well. Yeah, kidney beans and navy beans. And pinto beans. Oh, and some carrots as well. Haven't hit a carrot yet. And yeah, as you can see with the beans and potatoes, it was only kidney beans. So it gives a little bit of a texture difference. I'll say the beans in this are about as tough as the beans in here. I have to say, out of the two, these ones just knock it out of the park. These ones are delicious. I'll say they cool off very quickly. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I think I'm going to add the salt and pepper to it, just to give it a little leg up. And just for good measure, I don't need all the salt on that there. The beans with potatoes. So let's give that a try. The salt adds almost nothing to that. The pepper is about the same. It really gets muddied out by the sauce that the beans are in. I was kind of expecting to add a bit more flavor to it, but you know what? It's not a loss. Didn't really need it to begin with. Despite that being broken, I still need to give it a solid crack there to break it up. The cookie, the only thing that really comes through is spice. It kind of reminds me of a, say, like a gingerbread. It tastes some ginger. I feel like a bit of cinnamon. I did look at the ingredients on it, and it just says spice. It doesn't break it down to what the actual spices are. I guess the secret HDR cookie recipe. I'm sure if you looked hard enough, it would be somewhere online. Yeah, give that a try. That really brightens it up. The cookie's a bit stale. It doesn't have a ton of flavor, but that, you know what? I'm gonna just let that sit in there for a few minutes. It adds a nice bit of flavor, and it kind of acts like an icing to the cookie, which is not really what I was expecting. Wasn't really sure what I was expecting, if I'm totally honest. I'll say most of this is, with the exception of that, these three items here, plus the jam and peanut butter, or excuse me, sunflower seed butter, are all incredibly thirst-provoking. This one kind of toes the line. Not super thirst-provoking where it's a liquid, but the sweetness to it kind of makes you want to, have some water. And, there's no drinks provided with this. I presume they'd be working off the assumption that you would be drinking just water, which is what I have here, just some regular water. All right. Let that sit in there for a few minutes. Give it a try. Mixing them is definitely the way to go about it. Letting it soak like that, not so much. What I would do is break the cookie up like granola, and add it on top. Be a nice little smoothie bowl, I suppose. All right, let's take a look at this fresh snap, and then I'm going to finish that up off camera. There you go. It's a little bit off-white. It's a fresh snap. It doesn't have a lot of strength to it, as is to be expected. Of course, a little broken piece there. Yeah. I imagine everybody's had a fresh snap before, or an equivalent. It smells like detergent. It just smells nice and pleasant. Good to clean your hands after eating. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another video. I'll be back at you soon with another one. Have a great day. Bye.